He was the ultimate showman, a charismatic force with a 4-octave voice, boundless energy, and a flair for the dramatic that redefined rock stardom. Freddie Mercury, the legendary frontman of Queen, conquered stages worldwide with unforgettable anthems. But behind the glamour lay a private battle. Join us as we uncover his extraordinary life, triumphs, struggles, and the poignant final chapter that revealed his deepest wishes. The life and legacy of Freddie Mercury, the eternal voice of Queen. Farrokh Bulsara was born on September 5, 1946, in Zanzibar, a British protectorate off the coast of East Africa, to Parsi Indian parents, Jur and Bomi Bulsara. His family was part of the Zoroastrian community, and young Farrokh spent his early years attending boarding school in India, where he first discovered his love for music. He earned the nickname Freddie at school and began taking piano lessons, showing remarkable talent from the start. In 1964, political unrest in Zanzibar forced the family to flee to England, settling in Middlesex. At 17, Freddie was a refugee starting over, but he quickly adapted, studying art and graphic design at Ealing Art College, where he immersed himself in London's vibrant music and fashion scene. By the late 1960s, Freddie was singing in various bands, honing his powerful voice and magnetic stage presence. In 1970, he joined guitarist Brian May and drummer Roger Taylor, who had been playing together in a band called Smile, with bassist John Deacon joining soon after. They renamed the group Queen, a bold, flamboyant name that perfectly captured Freddie's vision. He also legally changed his surname to Mercury, inspired by the line in his own song My Fairy King, Mother Mercury, "Look what they've done to me." Queen's early years were a grind. Their self-titled debut album in 1973 and follow-ups showed promise but didn't break through commercially. Freddie worked odd jobs, including selling second-hand clothes at Kensington Market with Roger, to make ends meet, but he never lost faith. He designed the band's iconic crest, incorporating the zodiac signs of all 4 members, and poured everything into their live performances, turning every show into a theatrical spectacle. The breakthrough came in 1975 with Asterisk A Night At, the opera Asterisk and the immortal Bohemian Rhapsody. Freddie wrote the 6-minute epic, blending opera, ballad, and hard rock in a way no one had dared before. Initially, record executives thought it was too long and weird for radio, but Freddie insisted. Released as a single, it spent 9 weeks at #1 in the UK, became a global phenomenon, and is still regarded as one of the greatest songs ever recorded. The album also featured You're My Best Friend and Freddie's Soaring Love of My Life, Queen's blend of intricate harmonies, Brian's guitar orchestrations, and Freddie's unmatched vocal range set them apart in an era dominated by punk and disco. In his last months, Freddie retreated to his beloved home, Garden Lodge in Kensington, surrounded by Mary, Jim, and close friends Brian, Roger, and John. He stopped treatment except for pain relief, wanting quality over quantity. He remained dignified, witty, and grateful. On November 23, 1991, Freddie released a public statement confirming he had AIDS. He wrote, following enormous conjecture in the press, "I wish my friends and fans around the world to know that I have tested HIV positive and have AIDS. I felt it correct to keep this information private in order to protect the privacy of those around me. However, the time has now come for my friends and fans around the world to know the truth, and I hope everyone will join with me, my doctors, and all those worldwide in the fight against this terrible disease." That statement was his final message to the world, a call for awareness, compassion, and unity in battling AIDS. By going public just 1 day before his death, he stripped away stigma, humanized the disease, and inspired millions to support research and patients. The next day, November 24, 1991, Freddie Mercury passed away peacefully, at home from bronchial pneumonia resulting from AIDS. He was 45 years old. His last recorded words in the studio were, reportedly, "I still love you" at the end of a take, directed at his bandmates and fans alike. But his deepest private message came in conversations with those closest to him. Jim Hutton later revealed that Freddie's greatest fear wasn't death itself, but losing his voice and dignity. He told friends he wanted to be remembered for his music, not his illness. He expressed no bitterness, only gratitude for the extraordinary life he'd lived. Freddie's death shocked the world and galvanized the fight against AIDS. The remaining Queen members organized the Freddie Mercury tribute concert in 1992 at Wembley, raising millions for AIDS charities and featuring performances by legends. Honoring him, it helped shift public perception and funding toward the crisis. His legacy endures powerfully. Queen's music has been streamed billions of times, revived by the 2018 biopic Bohemian Rhapsody which introduced Freddie to new generations. The band's catalog continues to dominate charts, sports arenas, and soundtracks. Freddie's fearless authenticity, embracing his identity, pushing his last recorded words in the studio were, reportedly, "I still love you" at the end of a take, directed at his bandmates and fans alike. But his deepest private message came in conversations with those closest to him. Jim Hutton later revealed that Freddie's greatest fear wasn't death itself, but losing his voice and dignity. He told friends he wanted to be remembered for his music, not his illness. He expressed no bitterness, only gratitude for the extraordinary life he'd lived. Success exploded. Albums like A Day at the Races, News of the World, with We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions, and jazz turned Queen into stadium gods. Freddie's lifestyle matched the rockstar excess, lavish parties, luxury homes, and a fearless embrace of his flamboyance. He became famous for his over-the-top outfits, leotards, capes, crowns, and his signature mustache. On stage, he commanded audiences like no one else, turning concerts into communal celebrations. The 1985 Live 8 performance at Wembley Stadium is legendary, 20 minutes of pure magic where Freddie owned 72,000 people and over 1 billion TV viewers, proving Queen were the greatest live band on earth. Freddie's songwriting was prolific and diverse. He penned hits like Killer Queen, Somebody to Love, Don't Stop Me Now, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, and Bicycle Race. His voice, described as having a natural vibrato and effortless power, was technically astonishing. He could hit high notes without falsetto, layer harmonies flawlessly, and convey raw emotion that connected with millions. Outside Queen, he released a solo album, Mr. Bad Guy 1985, and collaborated with Montserrat Cabal on the Barcelona album, fulfilling his dream of blending rock and opera. Privately, Freddie was more reserved. He cherished close friendships, adored his cats, he dedicated his solo album to them, and maintained a deep bond with Mary Austin, his longtime partner from the early 1970s. Even after their romantic relationship ended when Freddie acknowledged his sexuality, Mary remained the love of his life. He called her his common-law wife and left her his mansion and most of his fortune. In the 1980s, Freddie lived openly in London's gay scene, enjoying relationships, most notably with Jim Hutton, who stayed with him until the end. But in the mid-1980s, the shadow of HIV, AIDS loomed. Freddie was diagnosed with AIDS in April 1987, though he kept it private. At the time, the disease was a death sentence, heavily stigmatized and misunderstood. Freddie refused to let it define him publicly. He continued working relentlessly. Queen's later albums, The Miracle 1989, and Innuendo 1991, are filled with poignant, defiant songs like The Show Must Go On, These Are the Days of Our Lives, and Who Wants to Live Forever, which now feel prophetic. By 1990, Freddie's health was declining visibly. Rumors swirled, but he denied them. Queen filmed iconic videos. I'm Going Slightly Mad showed his playful humor despite illness, while These Are the Days of Our Lives captured a frail but smiling Freddie singing about cherishing life. His final recording session was in May 1991, where he pushed through pain to lay down vocals for Mother Love. He told producer David Richards he couldn't finish it, saying he'd come back later, but he never did.